Hi, I am Jhalak Gupta. Welcome to Wednesdays with me, the series of moral stories for kids. Today I'm going to share a very interesting story with you all, which is the How Tiger Got Its Stripes, which is directed by Rob Cleveland. So children, do you really know that how tiger got its stripes? Let me tell you a story which is very interesting. Long years back, in a young jungle, the tiger was considered as the most strong and powerful animal. And you know what? The tiger, because of his power of having a short and sharp claws, long and white paws, and the long fence, and plus the most important part of which he used to feel proud of was the long fur like golden coat, the fur on his body, which was golden. He used to have no stripes on it, but because of his arrogance, egoistic nature, and he used to always believe and feel happy of himself that everyone is fear of him. Because of that, he developed stripes. So that was a punishment and a lesson for him. So let's start out with the story. Long years back in the jungle, there was a tiger who was self-obsessed. He used to feel that everyone is scared of him and he is the master of the jungle. He was not scared of any of the animal, none of the animal in the jungle, but he was only scared of one animal, and that was the water buffalo, because the water buffalo was very strong. He had very long type of horns, the iron like horns, and he was very powerful. He was only scared of water buffalo. One day, one fine day, when he was sitting near the field, he saw that one little animal was walking around with the water buffalo, and the water buffalo was being plowed in the field by that little animal. He thought of himself that, oh, what is this? How come the strongest water buffalo, with whom even I am in a fear of, is being plowed off by this little animal? He was very much surprised by this fact, that what he saw by his eyes. Later by that day, when Water Buffalo was drinking water after being plowed off by that little animal, the tiger went to Water Buffalo and asked, my dear friend Water Buffalo, I have one question to you, that I am surprised that this little animal was plowing you in the field for the whole day. And when you are so strong, this little animal don't have claws, don't have fins, and don't have a beautiful orange golden coat. Why come you are being plowed by this animal? Why you didn't refuse? Why you didn't wanted to fight with this animal for this? The water buffalo laughed and smiled, because the water buffalo was sensible. He just smiled and said, oh, my dear friend, you won't understand. This animal is not an animal. This animal is a man. This animal is a human being. The person you are calling as an animal, yeah, that is true, that this animal don't have any sharp claws or fangs or any powerful hands to fight with, but this animal has the most powerful thing, and that is known as wisdom. This animal has wisdom which we don't have. Then the tiger said, oh, the wisdom, then I want this wisdom. By this hearing this, that he want the animal's wisdom, little animal's wisdom, the water buffalo laughed at him and said, you will never understand what actually the wisdom is. You will understand by your own experience. The tiger just ignored what the water buffalo said and moved on. He went to that little man, whom he considered as a little animal, and said, little man, I want your wisdom. Give me your wisdom. The little man got feared. He was having many sheep, and the sheep were roaming around in the field. The little man said, see tiger, listen. I cannot give you the wisdom because wisdom is not a thing. You cannot take wisdom from anyone. Wisdom is the quality. From wisdom, you learn. Wisdom is the thing to experience. And to get wisdom, you have to be a wise person. So Tiger said, either you give me a wisdom or I will eat you up. So the man decided to teach him a lesson. The man said, okay, Tiger, wait a minute. Don't get so angry. Calm down. I will get you a wisdom, but actually what it is that I forgot the wisdom at my home. Will you give me some time that I go to my home and bring wisdom for you? The tiger said, okay, I will think of this. Let me think for a minute. The tiger, on listening to the man think, he thought for some time. Oh, let me make him go home. Then I will get the wisdom and I will become the most powerful animal on this planet. But he was fooled because of his arrogance and egoistic nature. He considered wisdom as a thing, which actually is not. So that little man came to Tiger and said, but I am in a fear of one thing, that if I'll go home, you will get hungry and you will eat all my sheep. The tiger said, oh man, don't worry. Currently, I'm not hungry. I won't eat your sheep. The man said, but I cannot trust you. If you allow me, can I tie a tip of your tail to the tree so that you cannot run after my sheep if you feel hungry when I am at my home to bring wisdom for you? The tiger said, okay, that's not a problem. You just tie my tail to the tree. The man bought a rope all of a sudden and then he tied the tip of the tiger tail to the tree. Then again he started to go ahead towards home and return back again. Oh tiger, listen, I have one fear from you. What if with your sharp claws you cut off the rope and then you fetch towards my sheep to eat them? The tiger said, oh okay, if this is a fear, then also it's completely fine. You just tie my claws on the tree trunk and then you go and bring me the wisdom. I want the wisdom. So man smiled and said, okay my dear tiger, I'll just tie you. So what tiger did was, he stand in front of the tree and hugged the tree, and the man, he tied him around the tree with the rope all over the body. Only the thing left was his head. So then man again headed towards the home and again came back and said, tiger, one more thing I am feared of. Will you listen to me this last time, the last request? He said, okay, tell me what it is now. So he said that, I am fear of your long fence. What if with your long fence and you shake your head like this and then you cut off all the rope and eat my shepherds, eat my sheep? He said, okay man, you just tie me from my head so that I cannot move and you bring me the wisdom. He was so much into the wisdom that he didn't realize what actually man is trying to do with him. He tied the tiger over and over again until he tied him up till the head, and then he slowly went away to his home with all his sheep quietly walking away. And the tiger kept on waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, stuck on the tree with the rope. He waited and waited and he started getting angry on man. Man, I am getting hungry. I want wisdom. Come back. I want your sheep. I want you. Give me the wisdom, else I will finish you up. But there was no one, because the tiger was not able to see that there wasn't man and there wasn't any of the sheep. Many animals came around and just laughed at the tiger. Then came the water buffalo, and water buffalo just smiled and he said, oh, so you asked me a question, tiger, that why I am working for this man. And I replied that I am working for this man because of wisdom. And what you have stuck into yourself just for wisdom? You think that wisdom is a thing. Tiger didn't listen because of his arrogance, and the water buffalo smiled and went away. Then Tiger was stuck, he was hungry, he was angry. He rapidly shake himself here and there, here and there, here and there to get rid of the rope. But the more he used to shake himself to get rid of rope, the rope used to tug inside him tighter and tighter and tighter inside his body, because it was wrapped like a ring around him. So, but after some time, until the night came, the tiger, by his hard work of again moving and shaking, he came out of the rope. But he didn't realize that rope burnt his body with the stripes, black stripes. He didn't realize. Out of his arrogance and egoistic nature, he went nearby the pond to drink the water. As soon as he saw the shadow of himself in the pond, he was astonished. Oh my God, what happened to me? What happened to my golden coat? What are these strips of? As soon as he shouted like this and was crying, all the animals, including the water buffalo, came to the tiger and said, "See, tiger, because of your arrogance and egoistic nature, because you were self-obsessed from yourself, that man who had the wisdom quality taught you a lesson. He didn't had long fangs, he didn't had white paws, he didn't had the strong claws, but still he taught the lesson to the strongest animal of the jungle." So the tiger was very ashamed of and realized what actually wisdom is. So children, the moral of the story is that in future, if you reach to a higher positions, that doesn't mean that you develop egoistic or arrogance nature. Be polite to your friends, be polite to your colleagues, be understanding with them. Don't show your egoistic nature to public, right? Because one day the ego and arrogance will ruin you up, and that day no one will be standing beside you to support you. This is the fact of life. More you grow, more gentle and kind you have to develop your nature with. You have to accustom your nature with. Don't never be egoistic, never be arrogant. Hope you like the story and learn from this story. So see you next week. Up till bye bye, goodbye, stay safe.